Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb, and he won. Normally it's the number one, but I'm proclaiming that he won in my life and in other people's lives and in the world. So I'm thankful that he's about to come like a roaring lion, and take the children and other things. It's amazing. I can't wait to get this information out to you. My last video, just so you know, because I wasn't able to tell you during the video because I didn't know until I was trying to upload it. It took me 5 hours, more than 5 hours, 5.5 hours, something like that, to upload the last video, and it was 8 attempts. 8 attempts. Can you believe it? I've never had so many. I think the most at that point was 3 or 4 or 4, I think. 8 attempts. And I mean, YouTube has these crazy things like waiting for network and all this stuff just to mess with you so you don't keep doing it, and you spend hours and hours on it. And they're just, as we're getting closer, it's just getting more, and it shows me that we're almost there, because now I'm getting to the point where I don't even know if it'll upload at all. So thankful for people praying for me on Telegram. I don't know why the top thing drops down every single time I just go to this slide. Weird. It's so weird. Anyway, thank you for everyone who prays for me and these videos. I just said I'll let Telegram people know that signed up that I just heard an ambulance going off. You maybe could hear it. Fire truck, actually, because I'm near a firehouse, and so sometimes with important videos, the fire truck goes off. It's been a little while, but anyway, there you go. So I don't know if you heard that, probably not, but maybe you did. Anyway, losing my train of thought here. Okay, back to what I'm talking about. If you're able to sign up for Telegram, this may be your last time you're going to know about anything I try to put up. And if I can't put up to YouBoob, I want to put it up to some other, probably the other bit, and then the name is Shoot, maybe, or something like that. I already have that account, even though that has been impossible to get up to put up things months ago. It took 4 or 5 attempts, and I just gave up. I don't know what happened there either. Maybe digitally I'm marked and everything. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised at all with A and then I and all that. So just keep that in mind. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I've abandoned those unless I have an issue with YouTube again. They remove me or something. Who knows? Or give me a strike or whatever, or knock me out for 2 weeks, whatever it is. So anyway, let's keep going here. I have a lot to share. It's just amazing what's going on with this month. So. Okay, so May 11th and May 12th are the first day of his birth, and it's 2 days, because it's like a pre-day and the actual day, but then there's also a birthday and then a heralding day after that, so they become the same day. It's hard to explain exactly. I just know from doing this a certain amount of time and the things the Lord's put in my heart and my mind about this, it's a 2-day process, and then each time there's an attack or whatever, it is a 2-day thing. Like when the first attack day happens, it's the 4th and the 5th day of the timeline, which is the 15th and 16th of May. And then we have each thing. The tsunami days are 2 days, and also there's as many time zones as there are in the world. That's how many. We're dealing with 2 days. If you know that, a lot of times there's 2 days going on at the same time. So they just love that for a number of reasons. Without getting everything, there's also a death day and a reporting of that death day. They use the Gematria for both days to kind of make sure people don't understand what they're really doing, and it confuses people because there's 2 sets of numbers for 2 different days, and all that stuff, and the things that they propagate and all the media and things and all that. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. So let me keep going here. This is the first 2 days, or in a sense the first day. Think about the first day. Okay, so how I got to that point is a couple different ways. I'm not getting into all that right now, but I had this massively confirmed with this. So I was looking at May 11th, May 12th for a few different reasons in my mind, numbers, and also, and I'll talk about some of that here. But the thing that really confirmed it stuck in me is I had a dream, as some of you know, months ago, and it was right before February, basically. And the Lord said to me in a dream quickly, and it was like in His magnified body, like behind me to the right. And I could sort of see it in my peripheral a little bit, like maybe it was just so I couldn't see him completely for some reason, I don't know. And he said, Isis is born on 2/10. And so, February is starting, and then I'm thinking, okay, 2/10 is February 10th, right? And then so I went a few weeks, and then there's a possibilities of the 10 being in February, all the way up to February 28th being 2 plus 8 is 10, but those weren't it. And then here comes April being the second month, and then I'm thinking to the elites, and I'm thinking that could be it. Now, so here I am. It didn't happen by 410, and I knew in my heart it wasn't 419. 1 plus 9 is 10. And so he said, then he started saying to me, and especially when I was in the shower one day, he said, "How many 210s are left?" And I'm like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, and I know on the God's creation calendar there is a 210, second month, 10th day, but I'm not gonna get into that. I've shared God's creation calendar, which is really God's real calendar based on the sun, moon, stars, and the Word of God. When Abib is, when the year starts, based on the full moons and all that stuff. That's what it really is. Okay, all of my research, it's what it really is. However, he's condescending down. There's a figure of speech in the Bible called condescensio. It means to condescend down to human understanding. So he has to use sometimes our calendars and our way of looking at things so we understand it. And so he's using a few different calendars, our own calendars, which to communicate. For example, the Masons put numbers in the word in the Bible. They put chapters and verses and all that numbers in there for different reasons, for their number situation. And some of it was allowed by God, but other things it wasn't necessarily. They just did it because they could. But so it's been a mingling of evil and amidst God's working of good in the midst of that as well. So it's a weird thing. But so anyway, he basically showed me that 210 is when we first, about 7 years ago, when I first started getting dreams and visions and things of what was coming in the end times, and some crazy dreams. Oh my gosh, I've shared before, tsunamis and different things like that. People dying. I was actually in an aircraft carrier. It was an Abraham Lincoln. This was a couple of years ago, and it was sinking, and I knew everybody was going to die, and I was going to die in a sense. So it was just things like that, all kinds of different stuff. And so I've seen a lot of these attacks. I've seen a lot of these things. It's crazy. But at that time, he was telling me, the first time I was in, me and my wife were homeless with our little ones, a young daughter and a baby, and we were in a hotel. And he was like, he didn't want me to work. I've sacrificed a lot for the Lord, telling me to go here, go there. He didn't want me to work. He just said, so what am I supposed to do if I don't have a job and I'm in a hotel? I mean, what do you want me to do? And at times I would argue with him, but I knew he was coming through, and I don't do that anymore. I haven't for years, because I just do it, because I know I'm going to get benefit. I'm going to, even though it looks like bad, if I'm going a particular direction, he's going to work it out for good and all that stuff. So I just obey it. I don't even, usually, most of the time, I don't even go, well, come on, Lord, but here and there. But he was saying, the first thing he said, I was sitting in this hotel room by myself. My wife actually had a job as a nanny, and she brought the kids with. And then he said to me, blood moons. Anyway, that's another long story, but that was the first thing he said to me about the end time stuff when it was, just real. And so I just started doing research about blood moons. What the heck were they? What does that matter? And all this stuff. Anyway, long story. So now I thought he brought me back to thinking about blood moons when he said, he basically said that there's, what other 2 second months, 10th days are there? What other 210s are there? And then again, I call it God's creation calendar, but the thing that gravitated me completely to this was the blood moons. And because the Torah calendar, long story short, long story even longer, the Torah calendar is completely synced to the blood moons. The tetrad blood moons that happened in 2014, 2015, the ones that happened in 1967, 68, I believe, and then the ones that happened in 1949, 1950, and even going back farther, the tetrad blood moons and all the other blood moons and things, and all the signs like Revelation 12 sign and all this kind of stuff are completely synced to the Torah calendar. And I've done the research, okay, a lot of research. Not the normal Jewish calendar, no other calendar. This is the calendar. And so he's speaking to a certain degree through this. So I went like, boom. So I said, 210. What is that? Here's the second month. Here's the 10th day. Boom, right there. And what's that? A May 11th, a May 12th. I couldn't believe it. I was just blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, this is what you're showing me. It blowing my mind. 11th to 12th. And I was already kind of getting to this anyway. But when he confirmed that for me, I'm like, wow, that is it. And again, the birth of Isis also, Isis is the goddess, which is Ishtar, which is also all the way back to Babylonian religion, which is Semiramis, the wife of Nimrod. but Isis is Ishtar, is Estare, which is Easter. Okay, so it's the Easter time frame or Passover time frame, and so this ends up going right into second Passover. And I'm gonna get into that towards the end of a little bit, but I'm not talking about Passover too much this time because I'm getting to the numbers. Okay, let's go. So Isis is born on 210. Now, if you just spell it out, again, they're into Gematria, and so the Lord communicates to me through Gematria like they do, or like they communicate to their people, just to reveal it. By the way, Ephesians 5:11. I mean, this is just amazing. This is like it was designed for me for me to do for him. Ephesians 5:11 says that I'm not to participate in the darkness, but to expose it. So you people who think this is all numerology, which is bad. Numerology is not bad. God's into numbers. God created numbers. I mean, that's the silliest thing I ever heard in my life. People still say this kind of stuff because they're super religious, out of touch people. You need to wake up, people, or God's going to wake you up and slap you awake. Okay, he's about to slap you awake. So you're gonna wake up yourselves, or you're gonna listen to someone like me, or God's gonna have to slap you awake when what's coming very soon. So 5:11 is Ephesians 5:11. So 11:5 is Isis is born to dead. See, this is the amazing thing. This is when when the elite do this, it's all planned by demons and everything. When God shows me stuff and it's in Gematria, because to make a point and to kind of do it the way they do it, so I'm learning more about it and the process and how they do things. And then he's showing me this way as well, okay? And he does it with people all the time. He shows a lot of people get different numbers, the same number sometimes, 555 or whatever, or different numbers for different reasons. And that's one of the ways God communicates. And if you don't understand that, you're super religious, out of touch. It's just the way it is. Or you haven't experienced that. Maybe God communicates with you other ways. So don't slam other people that don't. I mean, it's all over the Bible. I mean, if you don't know that, if you haven't read the Bible, the numbers in the Bible. I mean, Revelation 13:18 says that you know the number of his name, the Antichrist, because his number equals 666. I mean, hello, McFly, hello. I mean, seriously, it's right there. And how do you convert a name to a number? It's Gematria. That's a number equals a letter. I mean, that's how you convert it. It's right there. And there's other examples as well. But anyway, so wake up, okay? So, and just to give you an understanding of this, I saw a license plate. So here I am. My wife and I found out we were pregnant with twins back in late 2018, I think it was. And then I was driving around. I was like a chauffeur for people and stuff. Long story with all that, but I could do videos and stuff, and I ended up sitting a lot, and that was anyway, that got me to some of the things I'm into right now. But whatever, I did start to do more videos, and when I was sitting around doing nothing, not getting people or not moving people around and stuff, I was doing videos and stuff and doing research and all that stuff. So it worked out for that, and it was all about saving people, because I thought that any time it could be the time to go when I was looking at each time frame. So but I was driving around, all of a sudden one day I saw this license plate, and I have a picture of one of them. I can't find it now, of course. And then the other picture I couldn't take because the car was 2 lanes over and it was turning right as I was going straight. And I'm not going to try to get in an accident or try to get over, try to find it. But it was amazing. The first one I actually saw and I got on a picture, and this is this one. And it said TWO 511. Now, listen, I knew that I was having twins. And this was a few weeks after that. And so I saw that it just stuck out. If you ever, again, with numbers, license plates, you ever seen these kind of things? You know, God's highlighting these. The Lord Jesus is highlighting these things. TWO 511. And I'm like, are you saying that those two twins are going to be born on 511? Because I knew that the time they were saying, based on the ultrasound and all this stuff, and the doctor, when she got pregnant, or when she got the pregnancy test and all that stuff, that the expectation was around end of April. And so I'm like going, wait, are you saying that the twins will be born on May 11th? What is that what you're saying? And I felt like there was an unction for that. And so then we had some relatives and stuff guessing when they were going to be born, and several of them said, and including my wife, like April, late April, whatever. And I said May 11th. And they ended up being born on May 10th and came home on May 11th. And that was significant too. Born on May 10th, 510 significantly, that was huge. 510, which is really 519, the death of the antichrist, which death is birth to the, that's a long story. I'll get into that more later. But and then when we come home is 511, and I'll explain that later. Okay, and then later on, about a month later, but if you can believe it or not, I'm just telling you this is what happened. I saw another license plate, Colorado license plate, and it said this 115 TWO, and I about pulled over because I was in shock. I mean, I'm like, how did you do this? How did you do this? And then you know what he said to me when I saw it, and then it took off the other direction, and I almost tried to follow, get out of that lane, turn around, go find it, but I just had to pull over. I'm like, I can't even believe it. I just pulled over, and I was just like, what did you do? What? How did you? And then he said, so it was in my mind. This 11, it stuck in my mind because I couldn't believe it. It was like a shock. And then he said, it was in my mind, and he said, say it backwards. And so I go, out 511. Oh, maybe this was 511, 511. And then this one is, I said, out 511. You mean we're leaving on 511? I'm like, what? And I blew just, and then they're also out. The twins are out, in a sense, 511, whatever. Okay, so it was just crazy. So much to that. Let me break down TWO now, and I look at this because it's not only May 8th, which is the death of Trumbull, May the 8th day, I should say, okay? Not the 8th of the actual calendar, but it's the 8th day. But that's neither here nor there. Now look at the TWO. T is 2, W is 2 plus 3 is 5, and then O is 15. Now there's a few ways of looking at this. So this is another message. Again, these messages from the Lord, especially with numbers and other things, they're so multifaceted, and I don't always see it. I didn't see this. I didn't really think about this at the time, and now he's bringing me back through this. So 2515 is first 2 5s and then 1 5, which is what? I'll tell you in a second. And then it's also 2515 is also 2 5s and 1 5, which is 555. Okay? And then it's also 2 5, just 2 and the 5, and then 1 5. Just 1 5, okay, without the 1. And also with the rule of Kal-El, just so you know in the future, the Freemasonry rule, which I've shared in other videos, is the rule of Kal-El states that you can add or subtract a 1 anytime. You can literally add a 1 to anything or subtract a 1 anytime because it represents God, and God can do what he pleases, basically. It's kind of crazy that they say that, but that's a rule of Kal-El. Okay, all right, boom. So what do these equal? So a lot of things, actually, but I'm going to get into what they basically equal. 5515 equals backwards 5, and then 1 plus 5 plus 5 is 11. Okay, and then 555 is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125 or 1211. 125 or 1211. 12th month, 5th day. Wow, 12th day, 5th month. So these are the 2 first days. This is crazy. And then look at this one. This is the last day, the 25th of May. 25th of May, which is the 145th day, and 1 plus 4 is 5, so that's 5 also. Okay, isn't that crazy? 5 And what's 5 the last day? 144. Okay, I'm sorry, 145, the very last day is 144 and 145, because the 144 are leaving on that day going into 145. It's there's so much in this. Okay, 145 is 5, okay, because 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, but 5 is also 5. How do you make 55? One of the biggest ways you make 55. 5 times 11. That's 511. So, what do we see here? 511 5 and 511, or 11 5 and 525, or 145 is 5 which is 511. I hope that makes sense. So out, leaving, and also the birth and everything. It's all, and I'm gonna show you a bunch of things these are in. And then after I saw that, and then I was talking to my brother Jeff, and I was doing something else. I was turning in my vehicle that I was using for chauffeuring people around, and then it was a nice newer vehicle, and then I dreaded turning around every 5,000 miles because they had to do work on it to make sure, maintenance basically. And then they gave me a cruddy car, older cruddy car. It was not a great company, but that's the way the Lord had me. It just had me, and I was able to minister to people and heal people and do my videos and stuff. That's one thing I didn't mention. I literally ministered to people and healed people and stuff And I would just talk to them and then look for openings, and I would pray for them. I'd ask them to pray for them and something. And a lot of times people got healed. And by the way, I've been doing deliverance ministry and all that stuff for over 20 years, including my own deliverance in that time, and in many ways, physically, emotionally, psychologically, all that kind of stuff. It's crazy stuff, and I know a lot about it, and I continue to do that when I'm able to. But see, these days people are so locked, and then they just run away. They ghost you. There was a time when, especially the last few years, even doing just videos and or working or just doing videos, I was counseling different people and talking to different people, and it ends up where each person that I was over these last few years, they just ghost me eventually. They'll just ghost me. I mean, they just drop off the face of the earth. There's nothing. There's no conversation. There's nothing. They just ghost you. That's how bad it's gotten with this culture and this world. And a lot of you can identify with that. So anyway, 511, I was looking that up in Strong's, and I wasn't a big believer in Strong's numbers and people saying, oh, there's messages in Strong numbers and everything. I wasn't a big believer in that. And I remember my brother Jeff, hey brother, talking about that kind of stuff. And then I decided to look up 511 because that was a big thing I saw, right? 511. And again, my birthday is 5/29, which is 5/11. My daughter was born on November 5th, which is 5/11 backwards, or 11/5. Okay, I mean, actually, my wife and my son and my twins, all of us, all six of us, have either 5/11s or coded 5/11s, like 2/5 or this or that. I mean, it's crazy. So here, I looked this up in Hebrew. 511 is Hebrew Strong's is El Quana, and that is God has taken his possession. And then I looked 511 up, and I about passed out. 511 up in Greek, and it's anoteros, okay, in Greek, and that is to a higher place. So you put those together, I could not believe it. God has taken his possession to a higher place, or 511 out, or out 511. God has taken his possession to a higher place. I could not believe it. Just hopefully that blows you away, because it blew me out by socks and down the road. I mean, oh my gosh, wow, I could believe it. So I also want to show you again. I'm going to jump around here a little bit. I want to show you something about the first day as well, and also holidays. Okay, holidays. All the holidays that are in the world, that are in the United States and the world, they all point to this day, this time in May. Okay. And I'm going to prove that to some degree. I'm just going to take two major holidays and show you that they're there for their numerology. Okay. Actually, when you know what, the first one, I'll go back into this. I just got to remember. Okay, let me say it right now. The 131st day of the year is May 11th. The 132nd day of the year is May 12th. Well, 132nd day is 132, or 13th of February, which was this year the Super Bowl. Okay, that's why it was super significant, because that was the Super Bowl date, okay? And so it's not necessarily the Super Bowl day, it's the symbol of those numbers, and there was so much on that day because it is 13th of February, 132. Hopefully that makes sense. It's crazy. So let me make my point by doing this. So October 31st, that people celebrate it being Halloween, is dated as 1031, but you take away the zero. The leaves don't count the zero. So it's 131. Well, what's 131? The 131st day of the year. What is that? That's May 11th. So that's what it's really saying, okay? To give you another example, if let's say Octo is by the Elite's calendar, it's 8. So if we have Octo is 8 and 831, that's backwards, exactly backwards, 138th day of the year, and that's May 18th, Stinky Bio's death day. Crazy, okay? So I'm just showing you, this is how this works. Let's give another one. This deck 25, December deck is, we know it as the 12th month on the Gregorian, but it's really decem means in Latin 10. I mean, seriously, I mean, anybody who knows that the Dewey Decimal System is by tens and all that. Okay, so December 25th is really high. What is that? So let's look at it this way. Now we're just saying, say it's on the Elite calendar, 125. Okay, 125 being Dec, take away the zero. Dec is the 10th month, take away the zero, is 125. What's 125? 12th of May. 1-2 is 12th of May. See, that's another example of that. Okay, then now let's just take December as the 12th month. Okay, like a lot of people know it as. That's 1225. What is that backwards? That is 522 plus 1 is 523. The tsunami days this month. Okay, this is how this rolls with everything. Every even this last Easter. Okay, and so that's why I got pulled in a sense. But now I realize completely and unequivocally that it's all pointing to this, and all these different days are pointing to these ultimate days here. Even Memorial Day, which is later, which is after the timeline, is pointing to this timeline. It's crazy, which is, depends on where it falls on the month. Sometimes it's falling on my birthday, the 29th, but it's later than this timeline, past the 25th being the last day. Okay, this is just crazy. Hopefully that makes sense. I had to make that point. Okay, so we have again what I was saying here, right here, May 12th being the first day. That is the 13th of February. That is the Super Bowl day, and the first time it was like that recently was this year, showing that. Okay, now let's add some more days and prove my point about this as well. Well, no, we're not here yet, but there's a lot of numbers in here that mean so much. It's crazy. And then so this is 234. 234 is a satanic number in a sense. Well, it's not by itself, but in their usage of it, because 234 is a unique number, and so is 135. Why? The two unique. The only one like it that exists. These two are because if you add 234 to its reverse, 432, you get 666. If you add 135 to its reverse, 531, you get 666. So you have that on this day, and you have this on that. There's a lot of interesting numbers in here they're really crazy. They have to do with other things. As I think about it, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so now this is the first two birthdays, and then these. I'm sure there are going to be events that happen on these days, but I don't have major events happening on these 2 days. And then these are first attack day, which is all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to put in a link again, pinned to top of comments unless YouTube removes it, which they have in the past, but they haven't been lately, which is really bizarre. They do these weird things in waves, and I'm going to include in the top of comments, pinned to the top of comments is what I'm trying to say. My timeline with all the details on each day and everything. So that'll be at some point on the top of comments, pinned to the top of comments on this video. Okay. And by the way, if you want to sign up for Telegram, the link is in the description box below this video right here. Okay. So, and then anyway, I'll get into other stuff. So boom. And then we also have the 229, which is right here, which is, anyway, so much in here. Okay. So, and then what I want to hit too, they love the solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. In fact, this solar eclipse and this lunar eclipse are essential for the sixth seal, which I believe the 16th could be the sixth seal. It's the sixth blood moon since the blood moon after the tetrad blood moons in 2014, 2015, and a lot to explain. But if you look at from the last solar eclipse we had to this lunar eclipse, it tells a story of the birth of CGBO and how from there to there, the very last solar eclipse from now, and then this coming lunar eclipse. So remember, in the Bible it says the moon will be like sackcloth, or the sun will become as dark as sackcloth, and the moon is blood, and that's when the sixth seal is. So this is sun, moon, but in a sense, it's a symbolic thing, I believe. Okay, now I may be wrong, but I think this is what's telling it. So it's telling of the birth of the Antichrist, and what's 163 days from here to here is what? Barack Hussein, insane Obama. Okay, 163. And even to reiterate that even more, boom, the same thing is also 5 months and 12 days. And what's that? Barack, insane, stupido Obama, which is 125 and reversing reduction. Again, these are just English gematria. Okay, and that's 125 or 12th of May, May 12th. 12th of May, May 12th. And that's the first day, as I showed you. Okay, and there's even more going on here. It's so much. I'm not going to get into right now. Okay, so here we are. We have the first attack days here. And I'll give you an example of this. So in the first attack days, we also have, like I said, a zombie apocalypse. And the numbers are there for this. So what do? You take this. This is actually, this is so crazy. It is second month, 16 day on the elite calendar. So elite calendar starts on March and then April, so 2 months have passed, and then 16 days into May is 216, which right here, which is May 16th. 2 months and 16 days have passed into elite calendar, and that gets you to May 16th. Hopefully that makes sense. And then that is 519. So that's May 19th backwards, but upside down and backwards, it's 516. So it's covering both days. 519 backwards is Stinky Bio's death day. Okay, and then upside down and backwards is 516. Now I'm going to show you this a ton in here. And they love doing this because they can promote 2 days by showing you one numerology. Okay, so these relate. So this 915 is 519 backwards, but then upside down and backwards is 516, May 16th. Okay, and then May 16th is also second month, 16th day in the Leets calendar, and that gets you to May 16th. Hopefully that makes sense. Crazy. And that's 15 to 16 is the zombie apocalypse going to start. And then I said also alien invasion or aliens, and then there again we got 165, which is 516 or 16th of May. And we have aliens as well. Is again 1519 or upside down and backwards is 561, and that's just as similar as that. Okay, so this is so it's either one. So they hide it by turning things upside down backwards or both. It's crazy. So this showing you those two concepts that are be on this day of zombies and alien invasion. It's going to look like there's these creatures running around. They're aliens, but these are manufactured by the elite, and it's going to be part of the turmoil and why they took the children. Why? And they're going to say the aliens are the children, but Jesus is in the Bible. And if you want to know about the it'll be in the description box below. All the way to the bottom will be these three different things about raptures and about the innocent children being taken and the 144,000 and who they really are based on scriptures and everything. And these are also downloadable documents you can download. Yeah, downloadable means that you can download. Okay, so anyway, that's 19.5 is 561, which is 16th of May backwards. Okay, boom. Okay. All right, Aaron. Whoo. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, Isis is born on 210. Another way of looking at it, it's perfect gematria. Okay, this is perfect gematria. And in fact, almost every single thing forward equals the same thing backwards in a way. Okay, but let me show you this too. So there's so much going on here, but I'm just going to go through this kind of fast. So again, we have this 165, which is, again, May 16th, but there's also upside down and backwards is 519.5 or 519. Okay, so let me make that point of that. Okay, then we have, boom, right here down here is also 9 plus 7 is 16, and then we have 516. Okay, and then we also have over here, we have two, for example, these are two, again, forward and reverse, 269, which is 2, 6 plus 9 is 15. And remember, that is, if you say that backwards, it's 5 May 12th. May 12th, okay? There's just so much going on here. And then what I wanted to show you also, you see these 5 7s, 5 7, 5 7, okay, and we have 8 4 and 9 3. 8 4, 9 3, and 5 7. Stinky BO is both 9 3, 8 4, and 5 7. Why? He's Mr. 57. He was the 57th inauguration of a president. There's all kinds of 57s associated with him. I've shared in past videos. I mean, I have 60 or 70. He said stuff like, I went to 57 states. You know, and people thought it was a gaffe. No, it's not. It's identifying himself with 57. And then he was born on 8-4, and then 9-3 is like, you know, flight 93 on 9, and then there was an 11. And all these different, the law of Thelema is, which is about the Antichrist, is 93. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff associated with him that's secret about 93. 93 is also backwards 39, which is May is 39, and New York is 39, and Hawaii is 39 and full reduction and reverse full reduction. New York and Hawaii is full reduction and reduction 39, which is he is as well. So why are those important? Why is 57, 84, and 93? Because when you add all those together, you get, add each one together, 12. 9 plus 3 is 12. 9 plus 8 plus 4 is 12. And what's 12? 3. This is what they actually equal. 3, 3, 3. And why is 3 important? He becomes 3. Godlike status is 3. And May is the third month to the elites. He's also 5. He's the 14th level of the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. There's 13 levels of the pyramid, and then he's the top. He's the crowning, the eye in the pyramid, and that's the 14th level. 1 plus 4 is 5. There's all kinds of reasons for that. He's 14. In many ways, in other ways, he's 5. And so 5 multiplied 555, 511, 55, 551, 555. I mean, all these things are because he's 5 and he's 3. So, or 3 5s is 555. So that's 3 and 5. I mean, that's May, third month to elites and fifth month to the Gregorian, to the masses. It's also the second month. So, for example, 2 plus 3 is 5. Second month. So that's why it'd be second month, 10th day on the Hebrew calendar. But I haven't really used the Hebrew calendar much for some of these things. But now, for the first time, they all come together and coordinate. And so there's all this stuff, this perfect balance of these things, forward and reverse, and all this other stuff in here. This is a message from Jesus, and there's no way these can line up. This is like winning the lottery many times where these are all lined up like this. And I didn't even show all of them. All of them have some relationship to forward and backwards being the same number. It's crazy. Now let's go up here too. So we go the first attack day, and then we have nothing necessarily on this day. Then we have 18th and 19th. These are the first days of this demise of CBO. Here, that's why he's in purple. He's ultraviolet and all that stuff. He's also red, white, and blue. All together is purple. Anyway, or ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is red, white, and blue is ultraviolet, basically. It's just crazy. Crazy. And that's where the birth of the Antichrist, he's ultraviolet. Anyway, okay, here we go. And then May 19th is the announcement of his death and the death of Trumbull, an attack on Manhattans and New Yorksville on this day. And right in here to here is the attack on the aircraft carriers and all that kind of stuff. So again, all those descriptions will be there. So if we keep going here again, 138 is 138th day of the year is 1 plus 38, which is 39, and that's Hawaii, like I said earlier. And then 139 is 1 times 39, which is 39. These are both 39. That's where they're both demise, and that's where they're from, and that's where they're going to demise. So the CBO is from Hawaii, and he's going to die there, supposedly. And then Trumbull is born in New York, is going to die there. That's where his numerology is connected there. So is CBO's numerology connected there. 39. Okay, then both days are 39. Hopefully you see that. So Donald Trumbull is 159, which is 5 in the middle of 19. Okay, Donald J. Trump is 156. Upside down and backwards is 591 and backwards, basically. You can see that. May 19th backwards. Okay, I mean, it's just hidden. That's all. You got to hide it. And then look at his birthday. When he was born was 6/14/1946. Okay. 6/14 is what? 6, 5, and then 19 is 10. Take away the 0. 4 plus 6 is 10. Take away the 0. So this is upside down and backwards. 5/19 or 5/19. It's kind of scrambled, but it is there 5/19, which is the same as this one. Remember I showed you this earlier. You can see a bunch of these. 165 upside down and backwards is backwards 19th of May. Look at it backwards, 19th of May, and that's exactly what this is. 19th of May upside down and backwards right here. So it's all that. His whole name is all hidden 19th of May. I mean, I'm showing you right there. Look at all this stuff. And I got more, a lot more. Okay, and then look at when he was born. Trump was born. Actually, he was born on a total lunar eclipse in June 14, 1946. To this next eclipse that's coming up. This is the first day of it, and then it goes from 15th to 16th because it's overnight from 15th to 16th in New York time, Eastern time zone, and that's where he is. That's where he was born and all that stuff. He was born in New York, so that's not a coincidence that would be during that time. By the way, it's at 11:29 it begins. There's so much in that. Anyway, so from when he was born to this day is 9 and then 11, 9 and then the thing called 11. You know that because he's associated with that. And one day, what is that? 9111. 9111. Because that is what? That is, like I said, let me go here. He associated. He is 9111. 1. Say that. He's 9, 1, and then 1, and then 1, and then 1. Because here's an example. Serta commercial that he did. He's talking to the 1 sheep. There's the 11 sheep back here, and there's a 9 sheep ahead of them. So it's 1119. Okay, and it's a Serta commercial. It's 63. 63 is upside down and backwards. 39. Which is 1119, and right there. Is that a coincidence? No. If you think that's a coincidence, man, you need to check yourself. I mean, seriously, there's no such thing as coincidence. Anyway, so here we go. And then now let's look at Serta. Depth here. We have 19.5, and then we have 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. You get rid of 89 if it doesn't serve your purpose, so you can get rid of it. Anything you add 9 to stays the same. We got a 519. That's the demise here. On the 39th or the 139th day, or 1 times 39 is 39, or take away the 1 and 39 because it's a rule of Kalel, and it's 39 is really hiding 39. It's 139. It's hiding 39. And then so we can say it forward or backwards. 12th of May is the birth, and then demise of Stinky BO is the 19th. So it's the demise of Trump, but it's the announcement of the demise of Obama from the previous day. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's all here. This is all here. This is all, see how this is coordinated? So you have basically the demise of Trump in New Yorkers, because Trump is 1119. By the way, Trump, like I've said in other videos, he was elected as president on 11/9. Okay, in 2016. Okay, and what's 2016? 2016 is 1216, which is 1116. Upside down and backwards is 9111. He was elected. The election was on November 8th, but it went over past midnight into November 9th, and so that was November 11/9 and he was there during 9 and then 1 and then 1, the attack that happened back in 2000, and then there was a 1. I say it like that, and that was 9/1 and then 1. Okay, he was there and he was talking about it, and the media was interviewing. Oh, I saw it smash into there and everything like that. Please. Okay, anyway, and then May is 39. So his demise in New York, he's a symbol. His symbol is 1119. By the way, I did this thing about where Jesse James was on The Apprentice, and Jesse James did these revolvers. They're not revolvers. They're automatic. They're 45 handguns, and they called them the 1911s. 1911s, and they had Trump on them. It's all done up on the side of these guns, and they're 1911s or 9111. Okay, boom. Okay, again, so what is 9111? It is 39, like I showed you, which represents him and New York and May and other things. And then again, like I said, 9111 is 912 or 111, and that is upside down and backwards 216. And then he was elected in 2016. Wow. And then look at the days here. Look at the bottom on the days here. I have this right here, right there. So we have 2 plus 7 is 9, 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 9. We have 999, and 999 equals 3 9s. 999 is 3 9s. Get it? 3 9s, 39. And also 999 upside down and backwards is, of course, 666. And so is 216 is when Sticky Bill was born, 216th day of the year, and that's 6 times 6 times 6. And we have 999 equals 3 9s. Man, it's crazy. And again, New York and New York, which he was born, and his demise ultimately in Manhattan's is 156, which is upside down and backwards 915, which is May 19th. Okay, bam. Okay, boom. Ooh, I'm going to say boom. Okay, boom. Yeah, right. That's Harry, and there's Harry and Queen Elizabeth. And they did this thing for the Invictus Games, a short little commercial thing with there, and she's there, and he's there. It's there, and it's there. The it's are there, okay? And then the reason why they're there right there is Prince Harry and Queen Elizabeth is 39, okay? 1119, because they're talking about the boom in New York on May. Boom, 39 would involve Trumples, which is 1119. Boom, 39. And then also, again, Prince said that equals 285, which is what? What is this? So this is 5, and then 2 plus 8 is 10. And this is 5, 1 plus 9 is 10. This is another way of getting to 10. So 528 hides 510. And then 519 hides 510. So this is another way of looking at it. You just have two different numbers here. They do this a lot. So anyway, that's what it is. And by the way, when Sticky BO gets attacked, it's at the same day Sticky BO gets attacked, the Taksim Mosque is going to be attacked, and the Taksim Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey, and that's an iPad goat. It opened on 5/28. It opened on 5/28, the Taksim Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey, and that's where they, it's the Turkish that do the whirling dervish. So it's a Turkish mosque because they're doing the whirling dervish. That's a Turkish thing. In fact, down the street there is a major whirling dervish place that they do it all the time. So that's an iPad go. The kids doing up and out of the destroyed mosque doing the whirling dervish. Anyway, keep going here. And the same commercial, we got this. These fun things. We got Invictus Games is 159 again. 5 is in the middle of 1 and 9, being May 19th. And then the Obamas, again, 5 is in the middle of 1 and 9, May 19th, because that's what they're talking about. They're going boom, boom, because it's happening in New York, it's happening at Trumples, and it's happening in May, the 39, 39, 39, and that's on 5/19. Okay? And then boom, he's going boom, the guy behind him, boom. And look at the craziness, see? Because 5/19 upside down and backwards is May 16th, okay, which is also, and that's when people go mad. Zombies and madness, and look at they're going mad. See them, they're going evil and mad. See the guys on the lady and the guy on the either side there, and then Michael's like, and then Baraka's like, anyway. This is all, oh man. And then you also have this. Look at this. He's right next to the I am. There's that a coincidence? I don't think so. He's the false I am, and I am is 923. Yep. Okay, so some people are talking about this lately, and so I had to throw this in here because it has Wednesday, 27th of April, and April's 27th is 2 days away from this day today. That I'm doing this 25th of April, and it's never what is obvious like that. It never is, and I'm going to prove what this is in many ways. This is May 19th, and I'm going to prove it. Okay. So here we go. Ready? Wednesday 27 April is what it says. Wednesday 27 April. Wednesday 27 April. English watch is 165. What's 165? Like I'm going to show you this ad nauseum in this video. 165 or some versions of it is, look, it's 5 and then 16. 5 and then 6. Not spelled 1-6 backwards like that, but a 5 and then a 16. Okay. Upside down and backwards is, say it backwards, 19th of May. Okay, that's what that's showing. That's all Gematria, even with the numbers in there. Prove it even more. Boom. What's this? 1815. That's military time for 6:15, right, in the evening. But 18:5. Why would they show 18:5? Because it's a code. I mean, who does military time on their phone? I mean, I guess if you're in the military, you get away with that, or you're commander in chief or whatever. But she's FLOTUS. She's FLOTUS anyway. Well, actually, no, that's a Brit. That's Harry doing that. So maybe there's something with a British thing. Maybe you guys have a British thing whether you do 18 instead of just 6:15. I don't know. But anyway, so look at that. 18 is really 9, and then 15 is 915, which is backwards 519. Okay, this is talking about, again, I'm going to show you many ways this is talking about. It's also talking about the first attack day, which is 5/16, which is 5/19 upside down and backwards, or 16th of May. It's both. It's actually both. You see that? It's actually both, okay? But this is showing backwards, forwards and backwards here. This is just backwards. 915 is 519. And like I'm showing you, more. Here's more. FLOTUS is 69. Message is 69. FLOTUS is 69. Message is 69. Okay, what is 69? We'll get into that. And FLOTUS is 93, and message is 93. Again, 93 is Obama's number plus it's 39 backwards, and that's stinky. That is New York backwards, and that is Hawaii backwards because it's a reverse full reduction, and that's New York backwards. Okay, I mean, wow. Okay. And what is 69? 69 is 6 plus 9 is 15. The little insider information how this works. Then 15 is what backwards? 51 backwards. And what is that hiding? 510, which is 519. 1 plus 9 is 10. Hiding 519 in just a stupid way. There's 519. So you see that? 15 is 5 plus 5 plus 5, or 555. And what's 555? A bunch of things. 555 is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125, which is 12/5, or the 12th of May. 555 is a bunch of things. And 125. I mean, so many things. It's crazy. So I can just keep going here. And I'm going to keep going here. The 2016 Invictus game. Remember what I said earlier about 2016? Why? Because 2016 is not only 519, but it's also 93. Like I said, if you just take the 2 and make it 1 and 1, that'd be 1116. Upside down and backwards is 9111. Like we saw Trumple. 9111 is 93, or 39 backwards, which is New York and May and Trumple. And then another way of looking at it, like I said earlier as well, is on the Elite's calendar, 2 months and 16 days into the Elite's calendar is May 19th. Let's turn that upside down backwards. It's crazy. Okay, so, and this just happened to be in May, consuming the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and the birth is on 11th and 12th. Okay, I mean, seriously. And in 216, Obama's day of birth is 216th day of the year, which is 6 times 6 times 6. I don't think so. Okay, and then look at this games was CGC Orlando 2016. So watch this. Another massive connection. Orlando 2016 in reverse ordinal is 119 in Orlando 2016 because that's what they just have. Orlando doesn't say Orlando, Florida. I mean, people know where Orlando is. Most people do. So they say Orlando 2016. So Orlando 2016 reverse ordinal is 119, and Orlando 2016 in English ordinal, again, ordinal and reverse, is 88. Where have you seen these before? Yes, you've seen this, and Donald is 119, and Trumple is 88, and he's the one that is off on that day. Supposedly. Okay, I'm bringing this stuff here. Now let's get into something else. I'm going to bounce around here. This is Monsters Incorporated, a Disney movie. Okay, because the monsters are coming through the portal. See, they're coming through the portal when the children leave. So the movie is about children. So remember when that one in the movie, the children go through the portal. This one little girl goes through the portal. Boo. Which is the numbers anyway. It's the 12th of May, and then it's also the 22nd, and it's a bunch of things. It's also when the children leave. I'm not getting into all that because there's so many things that I can get into. But the monsters come through the portal, and the children. Now think about it, when the little girl comes through the portal, she's in her world, and then she leaves through a portal. She's gone, so she represents all children leaving through a portal. Get it? And then she's in the monsters realm. But they just juxtapose those two realms. But the monsters are in their realm, and then they come into the humans realm for different reasons in the movie and things like that. So that shows you what's going to happen. Monsters are going to come through the realm, through the abyss, and then children are going to be taken up to heaven, and it's just portals. And they're just mashing those together and moving around, do different things. But they're giving you the concepts. People have said to me several times, "Oh, where's children leaving first in anything?" I mean, if you just look, there's one right there. I mean, there's so many movies and stuff. I mean, wow, there's so many things. I mean, and I've shared some of it before. And then of course, it's in Scripture that's hidden for most people. And again, if you want to look at that, it's in the bottom of the description box below. Would be stuff about the Scriptures about innocent children being taken first. To take them away from the horrible things that are about to happen. Of course, that's a loving God. Okay, so M is 13, which 1 plus 3 is 4. And then S is first and last letter code is 419. Well, what's 419? 4 months and 19 days into the year, into the Gregorian, is 519. And then what's 519? It's in New York, 39. 93 backwards, 39. 519 in New York. Boom, that's when it first starts. And that's the transition of one time frame to another time frame when World War III kicks off. But there's going to be a first stack day before that, which is also upside down and backwards this. So anyway, okay, so let's just keep going here. So then the famous 2319. We've got a 2319. And there's a guy right here, and his name is Charlie. And he's Charlie or whatever. Anyway, he's got a white sock. And that's first letter code WS, which is 2319. He's saying 2319. And 2319, this is something I wrote a little bit ago, is 519. 519 is 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. 19 is 519. And then last letter code is EK, which is 511. So they got the birthday of the Stigmio and the death day of him. And that's the transition as far as he's concerned, because when he dies, he's going to go into the netherworld, and then he's going to come back as the Antichrist, okay? So that's a transition. That's a portal, in a sense, okay? Hopefully you understand that. Makes sense. Boom. Okay, then I want to show you this, too. If you spell out 2319, there's another intention behind it. So 2319 is what? 19 and 8 plus 7 is 15, so that's 5/19 backwards. It's also 319 in 19 letters and 3 words. So 3 months and 19. The third month and 19th day in the lead's calendar is May 19th. So there it is again. So we have it like this, and to confirm it is the lead's calendar 3 months. The third month and 19th day is May 19th. Boom. And then we have this as well. 2319 is 39. Backwards. 319 as well. I mean, are you kidding me? Okay. Now on to something else. Okay, we got Ready Player One. So much in this. I mean, again, I'm just dabbling in this. There's so much in monsters. I could spend a whole video, 2 hours on showing you all the stuff to the 519 and 516 and all this stuff. Same thing with this movie. And I've done a breakdown of this movie in certain ways before, but here we go to just prove my point on this. This is crazy. And I'm just going to now, there's so much I could talk about. I'm just going to talk about a few scenes and stuff on this. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but I could do hours and hours. I mean, I could do so many hours. I have so much stuff. I could do 20 hours of all this stuff together that I'm talking about. But I'm not going to do that, of course. I'm going to try to get the best stuff. Okay, so this is a character in Ready Player One called Daito. Daito is 516, which is May 16th. Of course, upside down and backwards is 519. Okay, like I showed you. I'm not going to keep showing you every single time all the time, but maybe I will. And then this is Sho. And in the movie, they say Daito and Sho, because they're brothers. Daito and Sho. Okay, and so the 516 upside down backwards 519, and then you have 39. Remember May, Trumple, and New York. Okay, seriously. Now ready for more? Okay, H. Okay, this is the character H. Now it sounds like just the letter H, but this is how it is spelled on his chest. Its chest, and then and now it's described, and if you look it up, H. And that's 5-1, 5-11, by the way. E is 5, A is 1, 5-1, which is 5-10, and then 5-3 plus 8, CH is 11, 5-11, 5-1. So much in here. Anyway, but that's the attack day there, right there. And so then I'm going to show you as a result here, Artemis is her right here. This is a balance of these two here. Artemis is 5-10. What's 5-10? 5, 1 plus 9. See how 5, 1 plus 9 is symbolized by 5-10? So they use 5-10 a lot, or they use 15, or use 51, and you don't even know what they're saying, because that's what they do, and it's called lesser magic, and how they can control the masses without them even knowing, and they do it with numbers behind the scenes, and words, and concepts, and movies, and TV, and everything else. Okay, boom. Ready. Now, Parzival, the main character. This is the main character guy, Wade Watson. His avatar is Parzival in the Oasis is called. And look, 5-10, Parzival. And Parzival, even super clearly, is also 666. Okay? I mean, are you kidding me? So, it keeps going. So, 666 is his demise and again, birth is death. So, it's also considered his birth. So, it's also 5th month, first day, as well as 5th month, 10th day, being 1 plus 9 is 19th is 10, or 1. 5th month, first day, in a sense, is also his birth. So that's created symbolically and physically. And then this character's name is Wade. And if you break down 33, again, 33 is a big Masonic number and all that. 33 is Wade is W, which is 23 is 2 plus 3. And then we got 1, and then 4 plus 5 is 19. There you go. Boom. Now let's look at her name. Again, she's the opposite of him. She's his counterpart in a different way. His name is Wade. Her name is Samantha. And so guess what? The 139th day of the year is May 19th. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. And I'm showing you all these different characters and what they equal, and they're all saying the same things. Okay, now let me show you this here. This is she's in an avatar, and she's got control. IOI's got control over her, or whatever, as an avatar, and she's kind of doing some stuff behind the scenes and trying to help the good guys. And look at the number that she has through this IOI thing is 665190. See what's in there? Now I'm gonna show another aspect here, but can you see what's in the middle of that? It's 519. See the 519? What's really showing there is May 19th, okay? And we have 666. How is that? Because O is, when I say O, because this is a 0, but most people say 665190, or most people say, some people say 50. Well, I mean, some say 90, but a lot of people, especially when you're doing a short, you'll say, if you're saying the area code, it'll be 505. You're going to say 5. You don't say 505. You say 505. But anyway, it's hidden as a O. So O is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So literally 666 is his demise, and his birth is upside down and backwards. 516 is one of his birthdays, and then his death day is 519. But that's what that's showing right here. And then he's going to go through the portal. See, there's the portal again. And he is a female and a male together. So he is Artemis, and that's the character's name that she has for her avatar. And she's also Apollo. Going through the portal, through the death, and that's an iPad Go when the Antichrist character dies. He goes into like a underground, and he's on a boat which has, the shepherd of the underground in Egyptian is Anubis. Anubis is Anubis headed boat in Ibid Goat. And he's kind of the shepherd of the underground. I mean, of the afterlife and death and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so Artemis and Apollo, she's representing, and that's going through the portal when he dies. Okay, and he's going through the portal, and that's what that. And it's a female and a male. There's so much going on here. Okay, and then another way of looking at this is 519. Okay, and that's just a zero, so you just count that out. 519 is his death day, and then he comes back through the portal. 66 is 6 is 6 plus 6 is 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's how we use things with this stuff, how they do this. And of course he is 3. CBO is 3, like I said, 3 and 5. And so that plus 3 days is 522. The tsunami day, and that's the portal. Again, there's a couple portals where lightning falls from heaven and strikes his dead body because he's reported dead on this day, and then he comes back to life 3 days later, kind of like it's a false Christ. And then that's the tsunami day, and that's a portal, and lightning falling through that and hitting him, striking him. So that's what that's showing as well. So 2 portals: his death and his supposed resurrection as the Antichrist incarnate. Okay, I mean as the devil incarnate or the Antichrist. Boom. And then check this out: Artemis Apollo is 19.5. Proving my point. I didn't even know that was the case. I'll bet you if I look this up, it's going to be something like that, and it was 100%. Artemis Apollo is 19th of May. I mean, seriously, I had no clue. I just knew what this symbolism represented without a doubt, and the Lord led me to this. And then I'm like, I bet you look this up, it'll be something, and it just nailed it. Look at that, nailed it right there on her forehead. By the way, that's also 666 on her forehead. See, 666 on her forehead. Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay. And then now let's look at these relationships. We have the main villain and the main good guy. The main villain, the main good guy, and that's what Stinky BO sets himself up. He's a villain in Trump, and he's the good guy in the president, or Stinky BO the Obama. Okay, so the villain here. Let's just look at the year, for example, on this one. I could break down the days, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Just look at the year, just see how this is coming. He's born in 1996. He's born in 1969. Okay. But look how these are common. So 9 plus 6, like I showed you earlier, is 15, and 6 plus 9 is 15. It's just 2 different ways of doing it. And then you have the 19. Boom. Look, 19th of May, 5/19. Backwards in a sense. Okay? And then look at their names. So Wade Watts is the character's name. And I'm talking about their real life births. They love to coordinate their real life births, but I'm going back to the characters now. So Wade Watts is 5/5, and then W is 23 or 5 and 19. Look, 5/19, 5/19, 5/23 is when he comes back. 5/22 and 23 are the tsunami days when he comes back. 5/23, 5/9. I mean, you can do it different ways. You can go 5/5, which is 5/11 or 5, all kinds of stuff. 5/23, 5/19, and then look at him as well. Nolan Sorrento is the bad guy in this, and look at this: 5/5 again, 5/5. Look, 5/19, 5/19. 5/15 is, again, that's the first attack day, 15 and 16. Or, I mean, so many things. Look at that. I mean, is this all a coincidence? Can you not see this? All the stuff I'm saying, and I got more. I'm just going to keep going. Now, again, in this movie, Ready Player One, they reference The Shining in a few different scenes and stuff. In fact, this is a picture on the wall that gets ripped by H. But, and I'm going to go into The Shining a little bit, just a very little bit here, because there's so much I could cover. It's off the charts with Shining. I mean, I already did a video that's a couple hours long, but a while back, and I covered a bunch of stuff. But this is a picture of the main character, Torrance. He's Jack Torrance, and it shows it's in this hotel, and it shows him back in the past when he looks at this. And so this, that time was the current president, and then he's looking back in the past in 1921, and he's there again. It's just weird. There's a lot going on with this. But anyway, in this thing, let me do this first. The Shining is 165. Again, I'm going to show you this so many times. 16th of May, and then upside down and backwards, of course, is 19/5 or 19th of May backwards. Okay, And then Overlook Hotel, July 4th ball, 1921, spelled out, except for the 4th staying the same. And there's different variants of this. Again, 561 or 165, same thing, same darn thing. And I want to make a point about it. 561 is hiding 57. The CBO is the 57th inauguration president. He's on the 56th and 57th. And 56 is important for his inauguration. He's the 56th and he's 57th. 56 is upside down backwards 9-5. And then you could add a 1, so add a 1 to that is 915, and that's 519 backwards. Okay, but 561 is hiding 57. He's CBO the 57. He's Mr. 57, like I shared it with you many times. That's also hiding. 57 is also hiding 237, which is room 237. On The Shining is hiding 57, which is Stinky BO as well. And then 237 is also hiding 2, and then 3 plus 7 is 210. Like Isis is born in 210. You keep seeing these recurring themes. So the 237 is hiding 57, which is ultimately 516 and 519. It's also a number thing. It's also 523 because July, if you look at this is the 23rd of July, and July being the 5th month to the elites, it's 523, and that's Tsunami when he comes back to life. In New York time frame, and then you have West Coast time frame is 522 or 523. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, but now I'm going to blow this up and show you a couple other things here. So Overlook Hotel, July 4th, ball, whatever, 519. Boom. I mean, that's as clear as it could be. And then check this out. So if I just do July 4th ball, but spell out 4th here, again, 195. 519, 519, backwards. 519, 519. And this, why does it keep coming up? And then, and then 1921, if you just take the 9 and put it over here, so it's 9121, and just make them all ones, it's 139. 139 is the 139th day of the year is 519. There it is. It's all hidden. Again, this is going to be hidden to some degree. You got to move things around a little bit, but that's how this works. So again, you take this 9 and you put it right here, over here, and you put the 1 over here. You have 1219, or 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, 9, 139. 139 is 519, 519. It's everywhere. It's talking about the destruction that's coming. And it's using all kinds of weird movies and destructive movies and all kinds of stuff to show that. Okay, another thing about, so remember I said 237, there's this notorious room 237, you know about Shining at all. Room 237, okay? Well, what's the deal with room? Why is it room? Why isn't highway 237? Why, and you want to bring that number in, why isn't it the 237th model of something, or, you know, it's the car called the 237, or, I mean, they could do that. They've done all that kind of stuff before. Why is it a room? Again, it's all Gematria. So, first of all, the first thing about the Gematria that smacks me in the face is 4-7. 4th day and 7th month of 1961 is August 4th, 1961. 4 days and 7 months into 1961 is 8/4/61, which is Stinky B.O.'s birthday. Okay, is that a coincidence? Nope. Now let's look at room. Swipe the 9 because you have to use that. Then we have 12, 12, and 5. And what do we have here? We have 524. So we have 5, 12 plus 12 is 24. We have the last day, which is the 24th and 25th. But the 24th is one of the last days. Because, again, it's a 2-day thing. Okay, it kind of equals 1 day in a sense. They like to do both, either or both. Okay, and now look at this one down here. Again, we're going to swipe this 1 and 8 because 1 plus 8 is 9. You can add 9 to 8 is the same. We're going to swipe that, and we're going to go like this. We're going to go 1, and then 5, and then we're going to switch the 5 and the 1 right here. So it's 5, and then 1, 1, 3, which is 5. So that's 1, 5, 5, 5. Okay, and that's 511 because we have 5 and the backwards. Again, they do this stuff backwards all the time. 5 and then 12 plus 12 is 24, and then 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 11. 5, 11. So we have the first day and the last day. They do this commonly, hide the stuff like this: first day, last day, or first day and death day, or first day and rebirth day. So this is birth and rebirth day, birth and rebirth. Okay, and this is his birth, so it's tied to birth. That's a birth, and this is the birth that people know. Okay, I mean, are you kidding me? It's everywhere. That's why they do this stuff. It's all over in different ways. So now we're going to take it all the way out to, so we have the 19th, and then 21st, not so much. I mean, stuff could happen on those days, I'm sure, but just keep going. And then these are tsunami days, 22nd, 23rd. And again, so, by the way, the first tsunami day is Stinky B.O.'s, he comes back to life. Technically, on this day, it's both days depending on the time zone. Okay, there's New York, and this is West Coast or / Hawaii. And that's 142nd day, and that is 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. Again, symbolically, Valentine's Day. And then we have Super Bowl Day, 13th of February, right here. So and there's all kinds of other numbers in here that result of these. It's just amazing. Okay, now we'll go to the last two. These are the last 2 days I was showing as well. So you can add those in. So this is all the days. And then these are the last 2 attack days, tsunami days. This is Trump Day because it's gold, because he's Mr. Gold. And then Divide CQBO, purple. And then the first attack day, and then the first birthdays here with these different things. So, and then this is a scene in another scene in Ready Player One, where the villain has got like this thing that this thing he sits into and puts his visor on and all this stuff that goes into the game, and he's got his password so he can log into it, and he just has it written out. And then the good guys use this so they can hack into a system and mess with them and get Artemis out, or get us whatever her name is. Anyway, I'll just say Artemis. Okay, get Artemis out. So this is the code, and he puts it right on here. And immediately I saw some stuff right away. Let me show you something. So it's B055MA. So it's Boss Man, but with S's or with 5. See the 55 right there? And you see the 69. Remember I said about that? 55 is 69. And then it's Satanic. It's 519. But you have the 69 like with Flotus, and with Message was 69. Because 69 is 1 plus 9 is 15, and 15 is 5, 5, 5, 5 plus 5 plus 5. And then we have 55. Do you think that I'm obsessed with 5 5s and 5 5 5s and 5 5 5 5 5s? I mean, are you kidding me? This is all in their code. This is the source code of this. Because 5 plus 5 is 10, which is 1. And then everything's in 10s and 1s and 5s. Because you can make anything really with that base. Okay, so anyway, and then these are separated by boss and man. You can see that it's really obvious because this looks uppercase and this is lowercase, and so man, a whole new world came up when I looked at this. And then boss is 195 and Satanic again. I mean, that's not planned. That's absolutely planned. I'll show you how even more planned it is. Boss is 55. And then 55 is in a sense of word boss. It's 5, and boss is 55. They knew this. Obviously, do you think they didn't know this when they made the 5s as S's in a sense? They knew this. Again, they're showing that they know this stuff by what they're doing here. Okay, and then look, man right here is also 55 because man is 28, which is 2 plus 8. Again, remember the 528 that I showed you earlier? It's 2 plus 8, which is 10, and it's made up of that. But it's also 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5, which is 55. But it's also 2 plus 8 is 10, which is 5 plus 5 is 10. Just different ways of looking at it. But man is 55. Boss is 55. I mean, it's crazy. This is his attack day, and 55 is all the other days, basically. And then look at password. Password is 511, 11.5. I mean, again, are these a coincidence? Now let's look at Boss Man or BO55 Man 69, whatever. Okay, more in here. Now look at this. That's a 0, according to what it says there. And then B is 2. And then we have 5, 5. We have 2, 5, 2, 5, 5. And then we have M is 13, but 1 plus 3 is 4. So just make it easier. A is 1. N is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. And then, like I said, 69 is 15. So look at this. We have 5. I like to do this stuff backwards to make it harder. So 5. 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4 is what? 511. And then we have 525 right there. 511 to 525. Again, we have first day to last day. First day to last day. And before we had 511 to 524 because one of the last days. Now I have 511 to 520. I love doing this. Another way of looking at this is 5 slash 15 plus 4 is 519 and 525. So his death day and his rebirth day. Death day, rebirth day. It's all right here. It's all right here. Okay, here it is. Okay, now here's Danny Torrance, and he's the iconic scenes of him being in the hall and everything like that. And then here he is wearing an Apollo 11 USA sweatshirt, and that's Stanley Kubrick kind of hinting that this was fake. This is all movie. Apollo stuff was a fake thing that happened, and in fact, I have video I've had for a while that is basically Kubrick admitting, when in his older age, before he was removed by the government and eliminated, admitting that this is all staged. And he's admitting it in his own movie that it was a movie. But it's also, back then it was basically showing that it's the birth of Apollo. Because Apollo is rising. He's going up in a rocket, see? And then so Danny represents that. So here's Danny. Again, 58, which is, again, Trump's demise, which is 5th month, 8th day. And again, that begins a lot of stuff. Okay, so, and then, so we have, look, Danny is what? We have 4 plus 1 is 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, and 2, 5. So what is that? That is 5, 5 is 5 times 11 is 511, and we have 525. Again, 511 to 525, and that's when he's rising. Apollo's taking off. Get it? Apollo taking off. In fact, he's sitting down here in these space, and these things are actually the shape of a launch pad, this hexagonal shape of a launch pad that actually they launched this from. And as he's sitting down there with the cars around him, it's like a launch pad, and then he stands up, and it's like he's launching. And that's the birth of Apollo. And the whole Apollo space program, even NASA, everything, I'm going to get into a little bit here in a second. Again, another subject matter I'm getting into that proves this. And this stuff's everywhere. It's all over. I just pick and choose certain things to give you some examples and to get a little bit of depth and stuff. So I'm not just jumping in here and going, okay, this thing. And they're like, okay, what? So I'm trying to do this precisely to show you. Okay, and look, Apollo 11 USA sweater is what he's wearing. He's wearing Apollo 11. So it says here, Apollo, and there's an 11 USA sweater. Is 1596, which is 516, which is May 16th. Again, you take the 9 out and you just, it's 516. May 16th, upside down and backwards, is 519. Okay? Again, birth and death. His birth and ascents on that day, because, and I'm going to show you another reason why, and that's a blood moon day, and that's a birth of Apollo day as well. A number of reasons why, and I'm going to get into that. And then look at this. Apollo, so you could call it specifically Apollo 11 USA sweater, or you could just generally say, oh, that's an Apollo 11 sweater, okay? And that's 522. That's the tsunami day, the birth on the tsunami day, 22nd of May, 522. And look at all these numbers. Have all these numbers right here with just the surroundings. And there's even more in this picture. I mean, look, we have brown door and white walls. I mean, that's all something together and separate. This, I'm going to show you, for example, how completely controlled this is. Now watch. What I share about this? Apollo 11's USA sweater on the bottom, and what's on top? Black, brown, and white, or brown, black, and white plaid chairs. What this is a brown, black, and white plaid chair. I used to sell them for a company, this kind of stuff, all this stuff for FF&E company, furniture, fixtures, and equipment, and other things too. And that is a brown, black, and white plaid chair. And look, 1596. 1596 is that, and there's, I can show you so much more in all these scenes that how they're coordinated. It's just amazing. But look at that. Look at all those letters. Look at all those numbers, and they're all got to coordinate exactly the exact number, which is that exact day of 516 and 519. I don't think so. Upside down and backwards, no. And then let me show you this. So Danny and just make a point about Danny. So Danny, who he's really the symbol of the Antichrist, so is his father Jack. They both are, and I've talked about that in previous videos. But they're a type of the Antichrist, and so he's launching the Antichrist, the birth of the Antichrist. He's also a little boy, he's a kid and stuff like that. But also in a sense, in the second shining, which is called Doctor Sleep. Let me show you something. Does this relate to that at all? And it's about Danny older and what he goes through as an older Danny. Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep is 165. No way. 16th of May and 519 upside down and backwards. I mean, give me a break. Okay, so let's go into NASA a little bit. So the Eagle has landed. Mission objective. Now listen, watch this. The primary objective of Apollo 11 or 511 was to complete a national goal set by President John F. Kennedy on May 25th, the last day, 1961, Obama's birth year. I just showed you. I'm going to perform a crude lunar landing and return to Earth, which never. It was all buffoonery. I have videos showing Stanley Kubrick admitting that, and also Buzz Lightyear, Buzz Aldrin admitting it too. He said, if we didn't go, and if we didn't go, why didn't we go? He was talking to a little girl, and he admitted it completely, 100%. And there's other things. There was a scientist at NASA saying that basically they still haven't figured out the Van Allen radiation belt and all that kind of stuff yet, and some other stuff. I mean, it's crazy. So look at NASA. NASA is actually 210. ISIS is born on 210. Okay, and then look, NASA is 3 5s. Or broken 3 5s. Remember 3 and 5 he's born on the 3rd month and the 5th month. Or 3 5s is 555, which is all kinds of stuff. It's 510 and it's all kinds of stuff. 5 times 5 times 5 and 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15, which is 510. So we have 5 /19, and then get rid of any 1 or add a 1 with the rule of Kalel. So that's 519. And what's 519? The 139th day of the year, and NASA being all uppercase right there is apropos for Francis Bacon, all uppercase letters, and that's 139. 519 is the 139th day of the year. And that's all coincidence. And this is coincidence that Kennedy was talking about this on May 29th. And guess what? Kennedy died on when? Or Kennedy was born when? And you remember? I know because it's my birthday. Kennedy was born on May 29th, 5/11. And he has to be involved. He happens to be involved in this. No, he's completely tied to this because of that. And that's about birth. Kennedy, he was killed, right? He was shot in the head, just like the Antichrist is going to be. He was shot in the head. He was a type of that. Okay, and then he was born on 5/29, which is 5/11. That just added to this whole mix. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm showing you thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, and it's, there's just no way. If you believe in massive coincidence beyond massive coincidence beyond massive coincidence, then just realize that sandiness in your mouth is from your head being stuck in the sand so long. So just spit that out and just wash out your mouth and get renewed with truth. Okay, how about that? Okay, the eagle has landed is 131, which is the 131st day of the year, which is what? May 11th. And it's 17 letters, 8 words, which is 8/4, and that's his birth. Obama's birth, his birth. His birth, first day of his birth. His birthday, his birth. I mean, come on. And then eagle has landed is also, of course, is 8/4, but it's also 19. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So it's also 519. And just English and reverse English, Sumerian. I mean, come on. And then everybody knows this. That's one small step for man, which is 11/5. Okay, 5/11 backwards. I mean, are you kidding me? One giant leap for mankind. Okay, now what is this? This is a few things. This is 4. 1 plus 2 is 4. 444, and it's 222. Well, what's 444 plus 222? Obviously, it's 666. So that's the birth of the Antichrist. Birth of the Antichrist in one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Okay, that's what it's saying. It's the birth of the Antichrist. It's also 444 is Lucifer. Again, Lucifer incarnates Stinky B.O. to become the Antichrist. So that's 444. What's 222? 222 is made when he's born in the tsunami day, and it's 143rd day with 222 days left over. And then also this is not only 444, but this is done a certain way where it's 134 4 plus 4 is 8. 138. 138 day of the year is when Stinky B.O. is killed, eliminated, shot in the thing, in the top of his body. Anyway, boom, look at that. And so that's his death and birth. Death, rebirth. Bam. It's all right there. And then check this out. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind is 510, which is equating to 519. Look at this. See, this is showing that they're equal. 510 is 519. Boom. And then we have the 25th of May, 255. We have 8 plus 8 is 16, the 16th of May. And then we have these two here, which are 194 or 419. 4 is the middle of 19, or 419, because 4 months and 19 days into the Gregorian is 519. Okay, and that's all over here. And I could go so much more with NASA and all this stuff. I mean, I'm just picking some things out, boom, to make some points. And then look, Apollo 11 program, again, 511, Apollo 11. There's so many things going on with the 2 towers, all that stuff. The twinsels and the towersels that went down. The 2 things that have 2 pillars that have to go down to form one. The One World Freedom Tower. Okay, so Apollo is, first of all, it is first and last letter code A and O, which is 115, 11.5, 511. But even more than that, or just as much, is here it is. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then we have a 6. Then we have 1 plus 5 is 6. Then we have 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 6. And then we have a 1 plus 5 is 6. Oh, there's something there. There's a few 6s. 2 6s. Now, this is so crazy. The Lord showed me around the exact same time this, and then what I'm about to show you, and the 2 6 6 6 6. Ready for this? When you go from when Israel became a member of the United Nations states, the first day they became a member was 511/512. Okay, remember it's all the same day. and then to the blood moons when this first attack is going to happen and all that, and that's the first. And so one of the births of CQBO is 26,666 days. Are you kidding me? Which also equals, another way of looking at it is from 5/11, 1949, when they became a member of the UN, and that's basically when the time is almost up here, to 5/11, the first day of this whole thing, is what I'm saying, is 73 years. So 73 years plus 7 years of tribulation. I know some of you don't believe in that, and that's up to you, but it all plays out. I've been studying the word for over 30 years, and the 7 years still sticks in there like crazy. It's not 14. It's not 3.5. It's not whatever. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm just telling you that's what it is. So time is up. I'm saying very possibly it's up, and I have this right, but we'll see. Okay. Again, I'm doing my best to speculate. We have 73 years before these things come to pass, and then we have 7 more years of tribulation, which makes 80 years, which is a generation in Psalm 90. Okay, here we go. Boom. Hopefully that makes sense. It's phenomenal. And even the blood moon that happened, or the tetrad blood moons that happened on back in 1949, was a couple weeks before this, which God set it up as April 13th of 1949. And then so we go all the way up to this last Passover, April 16th. Okay, and then we have until second Passover, which is the 15th, 16th. We have, for the Christians, have until second Passover, and then that's when the children disappear. Anyway, it's crazy. Okay, then check that out. Israel is accepted as member, again, that's why I say May 11th. Show you the evidence here. Israel accepted as member of the United Nations May 11, 1949. And check this out. There's so much stuff in this, but look at this. We have, it's just, the articles here, the resolution was 273. Oh my gosh. There's so much in this. Now watch. If I do like this, okay, first of all, 73 years is what I'm talking about. 73. And then I said, Jesus said ISIS was born at 210. 210, 2, 7 plus 3 is 10, and 2/10. Born on May 11th. Are you kidding me? They were born on May 11th. Remember, when I went to the Torah calendar and I went to second month, 10th days, or 2/10, I got to May 11th. 2/10, May 11th. Is that a coincidence? No, not even close. And then look at this, making her the 59th member of the United Nations. If I do the rule of Kalel and I add a 1 right there, it's 519. That's the demise of CQBO, which is all in this. May 11th to his birth, to May 19th, his death, birth and rebirth. And to them, death is rebirth. His birth is death is rebirth. It's all the same. Okay. And then look, it just happens to be that UN is 3-5. Okay, 3-5. 3-5. Or 3 5s, 555, or again backwards, it would be 512. 5, 1 plus 1 and 2. 512. Say it backwards. 512 and 511, they're both the birth. UN. Do you think this is all formed because of this? Yes. Now let's spell out. Is it going to be in the United Nations if we spell it out? Absolutely it is. And what is it? 165. And what's 165? Remember? Oh, yeah, you know what that is, of course. 16th of May, upside down backwards, is May 19th. And then look at this. We have 13 letters, 2 words, 132. 132nd day of the year is 512. 132nd day of the year is 512. I mean, it's everywhere. How can you deny it? You can't deny it. Okay, now, I'm going to finish with this. And man, I didn't take a whole, as long as I thought. It should be somewhere, definitely I think I'm less than 2 hours. Anyway, Twitter nears a deal to sell itself to Elon Musk. This is happening today, possibly, and this is news today. And I'm going to show you a current event here, how this is happening. This is crazy. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I had that there. Okay, anyway. Well, let me do this. Oh, I didn't take that out of there. Oh, I missed something here. Whatever. I'll just tell you the Twitter nears deal to sell itself to Elon Musk. So boom. It's just a coincidence today? No, I don't think so. And then Twitter is 11.5. 11.5. Again, they are promoting the birth that's coming. And I'm going to prove it in many different ways. Okay, now look, watch. Today, the April 25th, I'm doing this, and we'll see when it actually gets up, or if this video gets up, is 11.5. And this is the news for today. And today is 11.5, the 115th day of the year, with 250 days left over, or 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, 5. 11, 5, 11, 5. That's why today is significant. It's not significant also because of this. Look at this. Boom. And then why is that important? Well, look at this. Today is 5/24, the last day, 5/24 backwards. And then what are they saying in this news? That the stock price, what they're going to sell it at, what he's going to buy it for, would make the stock price or the shares at 500 or 54.20 a share. And what is that backwards? 24th of May, 5/24, May 24th, 24th of May backwards. I mean, seriously, no way. No way. And Twitter is 115 in Jewish and English ordinal. And how they relate, they're both ordinals. I mean, give me a break. And then here's another version of this. Twitter board members meet as discussion about Elon Musk's takeover bid. Now let's look at this in Gematria. Again, this is news today. Boom. Twitter board members meet and discuss blah, blah, blah. And that's what is this? 5, 8 plus 4 plus 4 is 16. And then what's that upside down backwards is 519. We know this already. Okay, so that's right there. That's just a coincidence? I don't think so. In the English Sumerian. And then look, and then check this out. Twitter board members meet and discuss. What is that? 5, and then 5 plus 4 plus 2 is 11. 511. Okay, now you can say, oh man, that you're just picking numbers out and you're just adding whatever you want, all that. Really? Well, let's pick another article. Basically, I just went article after article, and I didn't throw out any articles. I just went to the next one and went to the next one, and that's what I'm presenting to you. There wasn't anything that I'm showing you that didn't happen, and that's all I had time to find, so we can put it on the end of this video. And then here's another one I found. Gizmodo. Elon Musk might actually buy Twitter, like, for real. That's all Gematria. All these headlines are. It's crazy. Elon Musk might actually buy Twitter, like, for real. Look, I'm not 19th of May. Straight as you can get it. Do not make up any numbers. And that's what we just saw in the other ones. 5/19, 19/5. Ready for the next one? Here's another one. Here's ordinal. Elon Musk, well, that's a 5/11. I mean, this is the first time I've really seen it spelled out exactly the way it is, the exact date. This is very rare to have the exact date, 5/11. It is 11/5 or some version of that or whatever. Boom. Now, let's go even crazy. Look down here. I decided at the last minute before I did this video, started recording, to go, by Lauren Leffler. If that, I guarantee that's something. What is it? Excuse me. It's 66. Now, I'm going to show you what 66 is, okay? How it has to do with 519 and 516, but it's really 516. What's 516? May 16th. 516 is 5, 1, and then 6. 6, 6. It's hiding that. Now I'm going to prove it here in a minute. So Elon Musk is Elon, which is the birth. Remember, that's the first day. That's the birth, the first birthday. 5/11, very first day. 5/11, 11/5. Birth of the Antichrist. 44. Stinky B.O., the 44th pres. That his name is Elon Musk. Birth of the Antichrist. Are you kidding me? Believe it or not. And then his full name, Elon Reeve Musk, is 165. Which is a birthday, 5/16, 65, which is, like I said, this is even more proving it, which is hiding 5/7 and 66, because 15th or 5/16 is 5/1 and 6 is 6/6, so that's what her name was, 66, and 84 and 93. And I said that earlier. CKBO is 57, 84, and 93. Why? Because these three add up to 3. Or they reduce, I should say, to 3. Because 5 plus 7 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 8 plus 4 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 9 plus 3 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, and that's what shows what they reduce to. So all these reduce to 3 because he is 3. He's the godlike status 3. And 777, godlike status is 777. 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, or 12 backwards. 1 plus 2 is 3. Godlike status. And May is the 3rd month and the 5th month. Boom. Okay, now, so what I've said, do not take the blue pill in May. And it's all coming at you in May. I'm predicting massively. And a hint in which, if I'll be right, is May 11th and May 12th, maybe going into the 13th too. You might give it till the 13th, okay, to see what happens. And what I'm saying I'm predicting again that this finally will happen, is from May 11th to 12th, possibly again, something could happen overnight. So going to the 13th, give it to the 13th. That the queen is dead. I am back. Says, I am back. I'm back. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I don't know. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, he's back. And he's probably, like I said, he's probably going to broker some kind of deal. I'm guessing. Like, this is a big guess, but he's going to come back. But he's going to broker a deal with Israel, with Russia, maybe in Jerusalem or something like that. And it's going to go bad, is what I'm guessing. Okay, some version of that maybe. And it's going to make all conservatives look bad, and so because he's got involved in this, and it really kicked off World War III when it didn't have to, as everybody else is going to look at it. All the leftists and all the people on the wrong side are going to look at this as horrible, and he started World War III because Russia's it's going to be a bad thing that's going to eventually happen. The dealer is going to dealeth treacherously, as the Bible says. He is the dealer, the art of the deal. He's the dealer that dealeth treacherously. And then he's going to cause it all to happen and fall. Okay, and then I'm saying a new variant for sure, and I'm guessing that's going to be T, A, and then U. And then I'm saying La Palma is going to go off, and maybe even as far as erupting, and then maybe even Hawaii as well. By the time Stinky BO is killed, Hawaii will erupt for sure. And then I'm saying during this time that Orville Dam will go very possibly as well. So these are all massive possibilities. Another thing I want to throw in there, and I'll get into more detail in my next video, if I'm able to do it and get it up, if I'm even able to get this one up, is Stinky BO, the Pope Mobile, the Pope on a rope, might die on these first couple days, and I put that as a possibility, or when the same day that Stinky BO dies. So that's another massive possibility. So, and I'm going to show you why that is on the next video, more in depth, if I am able to get it up. Finish it, get it up on YouTube. If this couldn't even go up, hopefully it does. So, anyway, so I want to thank you. Gracias, merci, obrigado, danke, to all of you that are, I have almost 100 countries I'm in for my videos, and so I can't believe how many people are in each country too. It's amazing. So I want to thank all of you again. All of you mostly speak English, so I want to thank all of you wherever you're at for just watching, for thumbs up this video, for sharing these videos, sharing this video especially. Please share this video with everyone you know. Say the crazy man is sharing this. You don't even have to say you agree. Just say this crazy man, you look at this, it's really intriguing or whatever about these numbers. I don't care, whatever. And if they see this before it happens, it's going to be amazing that Jesus shared this with them. Shared it through me to you, to everybody. Jesus is showing this. He's trying to help you and your loved ones. He's trying to help you. This calamity is coming. And I think it's finally here. The numbers are freakish now. They're freakish. They're like a freak off a leash. The freak off a leash is coming. And he will not, oh man, you won't even know what's coming. It's horribleness of what's coming. So I just thank you for sharing this. I thank you, wonders people who have given. And if you're able to give, please, my family could really use it right now. Seriously. I know our time is getting really short now, but we have a few more weeks and we need a few things still. If you're able to give, I could really appreciate it. PayPal is in the description box below, and even Zelle and stuff. Zellepay.com is free to sign up, and it's what PayPal should be. It's completely free all across the board. It's awesome. Or also my P.O. box. So thank you so much for everything. People praying for me. I'm doing so much better. It's getting there. The Lord is just faithful. Whether sometimes things delay, sometimes things take years for certain things. Sometimes they happen quickly, and there's so much to this stuff. I don't know. My faith is believing I'm already healed. That's the facts of it. Jesus, by his stripes, I was healed. And sometimes you don't see it right away. And sometimes you just have to trust him, trust his process, and everything else. And then I'm whatever, I'm putty in his hands. Whatever he has for me, that's what I'm going to do. Whatever I go through is what I am, and I'm not going to complain about it or anything like that, because I've done that in the past. It doesn't do any good. It's a waste of energy and everything else. So I'm just so thankful to be doing this, to helping people, and I still have people coming to the Lord all the time. And I'm just so thankful for that. Man, I'm just so thankful. So God bless you, and this is Exalted Lamb 1, over now.